So I just tell you one example. I keep talking, whether it is Hindu or Muslim. I mean, I keep talking to frankly what I think. So once I was in a bookshop, and one gentleman came up to me, and I don't know who he was. He was older to me, and he was saying, "How do you like Modi?" So I said, "I like him." So he looked a little surprised, but probably because many foreigners are against Modi, strangely, because of the media. So then he said, "Why?" So I said, "Because he has done a lot for the poor." But also, I said, he doesn't go all out to appease Muslims. Because if a Muslim follows strictly what the Quran asks him to do, he becomes a terrorist. So he said, "I am a Muslim." So I said, "Do you agree with me?" Then he said, "I have read the Quran and there's no violence in it." No, it meant either he had not read it, or he's telling another lie. I mean, first is also a lie. I have read the Quran, there's no violence in it. Then I quoted some smites their necks, cuts their fingertips. Terrible things to quote, unfortunately. Then he didn't react, but a Hindu gentleman, he was listening to us. Meanwhile, he stood by the side. He so far didn't interject. He suddenly comes in and says, no. Quran says, if you live in a country, you have to follow the law of the country. Then I told him, look, this is valid only as long as you are not strong enough. And what I thought, I didn't tell him, but it's not his business to to defend Islam, especially if he doesn't know it, and if there is Abu Bakr, the ISIS founder, who is an expert in Islam. I mean, let him define what is Islam. No? So I went back to this I addressed him again, and I said, "Do you go to the mosque?" So he said, "No, I don't go to the mosque." I found out later he was a lawyer earlier. He retired, older. So he said, no, I don't go to the mosque. So I said, that means you're a bad Muslim. He kind of didn't reply, but kind of smiled a little. And then I said, do you agree with me that a bad Muslim is a better human being? So he kind of had the Indian agreement. So what I felt is, there must be many Muslims who are not comfortable really with what is happening. Of course, in India at present, still it is very advantageous to be a Muslim. If you do something good, you will come immediately in the newspaper. I mean, it is like this, no? Or you have scholarships, and you get Hajj subsidy, and this is what I feel is not advantageous, because it helps the mullahs. It doesn't help those who want to get out.
So back to the petition again. We've meandered a bit around it, haven't we? So perhaps you could just tell us, like, really concretely, what is the petition about? What are you hoping to get out of it? What have you done with it so far?
Actually, I heard first about Pakistan petitioning the United Nations, IOC petitioning the United Nations, Saudi Arabia, some years ago already. It goes on since 10 or 20 years. They are petitioning the United Nations to ban criticism of Islam, which is impossible, incredible. And now it's more about Islamophobia, to ban Islamophobia. Which is already for many people a ban which they put on themselves. Nobody talks about it openly anymore, so this is one point. So I felt Hindus have such much better case, and I was surprised that they haven't done it. It is unacceptable that both Christian and Muslim children are taught that Hindus are inferior. And they are called kafirs, which is a derogatory term, and heathen, idol worshipper. So this is very dangerous, because it leads to hate crime and even to genocide. Recently, a UN official on the Holocaust Day, he was mentioning that the Holocaust of the Jews did not start with gas chambers. It started with hate speech. For centuries, the Jews have been defamed as the killers of Jesus. And they were killed, and it was a genocide. And sometimes I have a friend who knows very much the evangelical scene in America. And she tells me that Hindus, especially Brahmins, have been so much defamed, so much dehumanized, that if there would be a genocide, especially of Brahmins in India, most people would think they deserve it. And that is so dangerous because it is absolutely engineered. There's no truth in it. The whole world can learn from India. It is a key for harmonious existence. Even I thought recently, George Soros, he wants this world without borders. We should tell him, look, it's actually possible. Now, once coronavirus goes out, but it is possible but only one condition has to be there. The condition is humanity has to follow the Hindu mindset. Not the narrow, dogmatic, divisive mindset of only we have the truth and you go to hell. This has to stop. And one more point, Christianity has no hesitation to say, look, we have to make the whole world for Jesus. Islam has no hesitation to say, we have to make the whole world for Allah. It's in our book, we have to do it. What prevents Hindus to say, look, we have to make the whole world accept the truth. Let's debate about truth. It's okay. Worshipping God, fine. Everybody has a right. That is the right to religious freedom. But you cannot claim about this God what it is, that he hates me and he loves you. That has no basis. It is not true. And this has to stop. And this Hindus can demand. They have the truth, they have the knowledge, they have the wisdom. And I am really grateful that I'm in India and that I discovered this wisdom also.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Maria G. That's been an absolute honour to interview you, and I hope you found that equally interesting. As I'm sure you know, Maria G, she's very active on Twitter. Please do follow her. Purchase her book, Thank You India, available at garudabooks.com. Read her articles. They are really inspiring. They present the case very, very clearly, crystal clear. So do please read them, share them with your friends, share them with your acquaintances.